drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Buying time to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll go play action. Howell. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Howell.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
And Howell will throw it.
His pass caught at the 4. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Second down, Howell now. This one left side, caught by Gibson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. We're scoreless after 1.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On play action, Prescott. And this is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Here's Prescott. But he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Now Prescott. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Prescott to throw on 4th.
He's got his tight end, Oliver. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Howell.
Out to his left. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Fourth down. Howell forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Up the middle, here's Elliott.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott, and he rifles one incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Powell, he'll look to throw it. Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
It's the gain of 17 yards. First down, Washington.
First down, Howell to throw.
On the move to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd and 5.
Play action now, Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Off play action. It's Howell.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. The slot man in motion right.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Powell.
Shoves him away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
11 yards there, just like last play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
Touchdown, Washington. Juju Smith-Schuster.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
Commanders 10, Cowboys 9.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To try again after the sack. Prescott, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Cowboys 36-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Commanders 17, Cowboys 9.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, 20.
And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. A 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders.
At their 38.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Howell. He's got Gibson on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Howell throwing on 1st down here. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
Shakes off the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Throwing here, Howell.
Steps away to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Elliott.
And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop him for a second straight play.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Prescott on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If he made one more play.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Thomas has got it. Complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
On 1st down, Howell.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So a victory here for the Commanders. Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like